Welcome to Novelish Universe, where pages come alive and story touch the soul. Step into a realm of sorrow and love and fate, where every word whispers emotion and every moment leaves a mark. Let your imagination soar. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for regular updates on new novels. Today, we begin a powerful journey with the novel Risking My Life, Proposing to Miss Hazel. The story begins now. Chapter 25. I'm Hazel. Even after earning 6 months' worth of taxes in a single day, I still wake up at 6 like a diligent worker. It's absolutely not because I promised to meet Mr. Barron and had no choice but to go to work. It's because I firmly believe what the elders say, that if you stay consistent, luck won't turn its back on you. Honestly, I do want to rest. The moment the thought came to mind, I shook my head. I shouldn't think such spoiled thoughts. Things are finally going well. This is when I need to work harder, not get lazy. Even if my arms break, I have to keep rowing. I'm still far from being able to buy a house in the center of the village. Unlike energetic me, my brother had finally relaxed after selling all those bottles of diluted holy water and was sleeping deeply for the first time in a while. He didn't even wake up at the sound of our roosters crowing. He kicked off the blanket again. I picked up the blanket from the floor and covered him. His feet were sticking out past the edge of the sofa. My brother always sleeps uncomfortably on that narrow sofa with an old blanket. Even when we get money, he never thinks about spending it on himself first. Hazel, tomorrow don't do any work. Buy everything you want. Spend all the silver coins. We can just earn more. Surprisingly, that was something Mr. Felix said while completely sober. Yesterday was the first time I learned that you could get drunk just from food. Salmon belly and beef tenderloin are truly dangerous things. So, from tomorrow, don't wear that yellow dress. Buy a green one, a pink one, buy them all. And don't save that sky blue dress for special occasions. Just wear it. Roll around in the fields in it if you want. Since I was heading to the cottage for chores, I almost automatically reached for my yellow dress, but instead picked up the sky blue one. I'm a good younger sister who listens well. Yesterday, Felix was a good younger brother, so today I'll be a good younger sister. After changing, I made tomato stew for breakfast. Lately, my brother has been handling work, cooking, and house chores all by himself, so I wanted to help somehow. To be honest, it tasted just okay. It was edible, but since I'm used to Felix's cooking, it felt a bit bland. Still, he always eats whatever I make without complaint, though his expression while eating isn't exactly bright. I put the whole pot of stew on the table and was about to leave when I noticed a wreath woven loosely with yellow spring flowers. Did he secretly drink? What kind of drinking habit is this? Felix really seems to have a talent for getting drunk without alcohol. I'll need to keep a closer eye on him. I placed the wreath on my head and braided my hair so the flowers and strands would intertwine naturally. I didn't mean to, but today I feel a little prettier than usual. Brother, I'm off. Good morning, Mr. Barron. Good morning. Miss Hazel, you are always punctual. That's the basic quality of a diligent worker. Today, Mr. Barron was wearing a neat linen shirt with sleeves down to his wrists. It was the kind villagers often wore, tied at the chest with strings instead of buttons. It was a common design, but did they only have it in a smaller size? The shirt clung tightly to his broad chest, which was honestly a bit embarrassing to look at. Between the stretched strings, I could see a glimpse of his well-defined chest muscles. Unfortunately, they were right at my eye level, so I had nowhere else to look. Fanning my slightly heated cheeks, I quickly stepped into the cottage first. Thankfully, the pleasant scent of herbs cleared my distracting thoughts and refreshed my mind. What herbs are we preparing today? Mr. Barron? I looked up at him when he didn't respond. His unreadable red eyes were fixed directly on my hair. Is it that strange to wear flowers in my hair? It's common in the country. Once, at Mrs. Anna's clothing shop, I had seen a catalog showing what was fashionable in the city. The women wore elegant dresses with fancy hats to match. I vaguely remember a phrase that said hats were a basic accessory for women who understood style. But for country women like us, anything besides a straw hat is useless and expensive. So when we want to decorate our hair, we use flowers. I never been embarrassed about our rural styling, but under Mr. Barron's gaze, he looked like someone born and raised in the city. I felt oddly self-conscious. I touched the flowers in my wreath and asked carefully, "Why are you looking at me like that? Is it strange?" Mr. Barron flinched and quickly turned his head to the side. It was unusual for him to look so flustered. "No, it suits you." "Really? It's pretty." Simple as I am, my mood instantly improved. As expected, whether country or city, people recognize what's pretty. My brother made it. He's good at things like this. "You're good at making bouquets through, Miss Hazel. It must run in your family." Yeah, I guess so." Realizing I had something in common with my brother that I hadn't noticed before made me feel strangely sentimental. Part of me even wanted to deny it. Still, I'm much better at drawing and writing. Well, he's better at cooking, though. "It seems you're not confident in your cooking." I prefer healthy methods that bring out the natural flavor of ingredients, though I can't guarantee the taste. Mr. Barron seemed to understand my roundabout excuse easily and chuckled softly. "It's fine. I'm good at cooking." Excuse me? What does him being good at cooking have to do with me not being good at it? The question rose to my throat, but I didn't get a chance to ask. He brought today's work and handed it to me. "Today, please carefully apply diluted holy water to these." Isn't this the bouquet I made? Aren't we preparing herbs today? When I asked in confusion, his red eyes curved slightly. "This is all you need to do today." Strange. Mr. Barron is truly strange man. At 3 in the afternoon, I returned to the village holding 20 lantern flower bouquets and 4 silver coins. I had fallen for his persuasive words, but no matter how I think about it, the math doesn't add up. Here's what happened. Miss Hazel's sense in making bouquets is almost too good. These shouldn't be sold at Cromwell Castle. They should be sold in the city. Really? Would city people buy these? Of course. City people have never seen lantern flowers. As long as we prevent the petals from wilting quickly with holy water, they'll be perfectly marketable. If I apply it carefully, they might shine for a month. That's more than enough. They'll likely sell for a very high price. Hearing that, I eagerly applied holy water to the lantern flowers. I was so focused I almost forgot to eat lunch, though Mr. Barron didn't let me go hungry. The sandwich he gave me was delicious. I'm not sure what was inside, but I thought I tasted salmon. No, that can't be right. Even Mr. Barron wouldn't pack salmon for lunch. Anyway, after finishing the work and eating well, I ended up holding silver coins and lantern flower bouquets in my hands. Is this right? Why did I make the product, receive the money, get the idea, get the materials, and keep the finished goods? That means I gained money, an idea, materials, and completed products, while Mr. Barron gained nothing. Mr. Barron, I think you might have been the one taken advantage of this time. The sentence, "Mr. Barron is a pushover," feels impossible, like the sun rising in the west, but the past 2 days definitely seemed like unfair trades against him. But by the time I realized that, Mr. Barron was no longer beside me. Chapter 26. "Hazel, what's that?" When I arrived at the general store a bit late, Mr. Felix, who looked like he was loafing around, greeted me. But it seemed he hadn't actually been slacking off. The floor was polished and shiny, the windows were spotless, and small bottles of purification water for emergencies were neatly displayed on the shelves. The opening preparations were done perfectly. I placed the basket filled with lamp flower bouquets on the clean counter my brother had wiped down. Maybe a new product? When I tilted my head, Mr. Felix tilted his at the exact same angle. Isn't this a lamp flower bouquet? Who made it? Me? When? Yesterday and today? Weren't you busy making other new products? I was. Our conversation was strangely out of sync, just like when I talked with Mr. Barron. Even after it ended, the confusion on Mr. Felix's face remained. "Mr. Felix, I understand why you're confused, but I can't help it. I'm not in much different a state myself. He turned the bouquet around in his hands, then took out a pink ribbon and a light green ribbon from under the counter. The stems look plain. Let's at least tie some ribbons. I think an ivory ribbon would match nicely too. Not linen, thick satin ribbon. Good idea. Out of habit, we cut the ribbons, tied double bow knots, and attached the Golden General store label. Now that it was finished, it really did look like a proper product, even though no one in the village would buy it. Maybe he was thinking the same thing because he carefully asked, "It's unique and pretty with the clover stuck in like this, but will it sell?" "It will, in the city." "Who said that?" "Someone from the city." The conversation stopped again. After tying one more ribbon, my brother pressed me about who that person was, but I didn't answer. If I admitted it was Mr. Barron, I'd have to confess that I'd spent several days with him. And that could cause trouble for the person who gave me 7 silver coins, new product ideas, materials, and even finished goods for free. If my brother went looking for him in full guard dog mode, it wouldn't end well. I couldn't repay kindness with harm. With both of us tying ribbons, 20 bouquets were finished in no time. When we lined them up, the pink and light green ribbons looked prettier than the ivory ones. For a moment, I wondered if Mr. Felix had better taste than me, but I didn't want to admit it. "Are you sending this with the sample products Sleep Tight and Sleep Softly to Mr. Caden?" "That works. Good idea." "But won't it stop glowing if it wilts? Will it last until it reaches Benu?" "I coated it with a 30% diluted purification solution. It'll last a month." He made an impressed sound as if he hadn't thought of that. Fair enough, I hadn't thought about applying it to flowers either. "There was a method like that? Did you think of it?" "No." "Then who?" "The city person." Mr. Felix narrowed his eyes. Since I had too much to hide, I avoided his gaze completely. "Hazel, you know you're acting very suspicious today." "That's unfair. Being suspicious is supposed to be your job." He grabbed my neatly braided hair and tugged it. My head snapped to the side. "Ow!" "If you're going to lie, at least look me in the eye." "I'm not lying. I just left out some information." "Brother, I have to design the new product label." "You finish designs quickly. You worked until 3 today anyway. Go out, buy something, have fun." After finishing the ribbon wrapping, I was practically pushed out and sent to Aunt Anna's clothing shop. She must have already heard from my brother because she had prepared several dresses for me. I became a dress-up doll for Aunt Anna and Maribel, changing into nearly 10 different outfits. In the end, the dresses chosen, though my opinion counted maybe 10%, were a pink dress with white lace at the neckline and a light green dress with puff sleeves. Honestly, I wanted a dark navy or deep green dress that would make me look like a mature city woman, but Aunt Monica and even little Coco joined in persuading me, so I couldn't insist. "The pink dress is pretty, but now that I'm wearing it, I don't know where I'd even go in this." Aunt Anna lightly smacked my hip. "Just wear it. Wear it to work, to the mountains, to bed, anytime." Maribel chimed in right away. "And wear it on a date." "That's right." These women, seriously. They giggled and nudged each other, then glanced outside. "Oh dear, isn't Mr. Barron passing by anywhere?" "Right? If he saw Hazel in that pink dress, pink hearts would shoot from his eyes. She even has flowers in her hair today. It's a shame he can't see it." Actually, he saw me this morning. I felt guilty, but I had to keep my mouth shut. If they found out I had spent the last 3 days alone in a cabin working with Mr. Barron, a wedding ceremony would be scheduled at the village temple tomorrow. We were only business partners. Nothing personal happened, but no one would believe that. Maribel pushed me out to the entrance in the pink dress, probably hoping Mr. Barron would see me. Instead, the only ones who noticed were elderly men from across the street and children running around with candy in their mouths. "Hazel, you're so pretty. You look like a princess. Wow, when I grow up, I'm going to marry you." For reference, the boy who just approached me was Mr. Peter's son, Junior Peter, age 7. Unfortunately, there's a 15-year gap between us. When Mr. Barron didn't appear after all, Maribel reluctantly pulled me back inside. Aunt Anna handed me a box with the light green dress and the sky blue dress I had worn in. "Go home in the pink one today. Hazel, you've been glowing lately. No troublemakers at home, so your beauty's blooming. Felix is still eating poison mushrooms regularly, right? Pardon? I'm joking. It's about time Felix straightened up. The villagers are trying to trust him this time. It's already been over 3 weeks since he stopped drinking. That's true. I'm trying to trust him too. Even so, I couldn't let my guard down. Anyway, we survived this month thanks to you two siblings. We brought in new fabric recently, and the taxes were cutting it close. Ah. Hearing that, Aunt Monica let out a heavy sigh. They say the Lord might raise taxes again. Thieves, the lot of them. Aunt Anna and Marybelle nodded with troubled expressions. It seemed I was the only one who hadn't heard. What? Raise taxes again? They raised them half a year ago. Exactly, but it sounds like the Lord has his own problems. Why? Because Lord Cronwell used to send taxes directly to the imperial family, and the princes who controlled the capital took turns collecting them. Right? But after the first prince retook the capital this time, the fourth prince apparently demanded separate taxes from the Lord. Does that mean the taxes would double? When I asked in shock, their faces darkened. We can only hope not. It's still just a rumor. Let's not think too deeply about it.
The end. Thank you for wandering through today's tale in the novelish universe. If the story moved you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to join our growing realm of dreamers. Until we meet again, keep your heart open and your mind enchanted.